I have so many books to talk about. Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to have you here. As you can tell, I'm outside today. It's a very beautiful fall day and I decided that I wanted to encapsulate that feeling for you guys because I'm going to be talking about my fall TBR, and what better way to talk about fall than being in fall. I don't know. I'm dog sitting right now. I didn't really want to be filming a whole bunch in their house, so we decided to take it outside. So we've got all the doggies running around and I'm living life. I will apologize, it's very noisy out here. It wasn't very noisy as soon as I walked out here, but I'm assuming that by the time I start this, everything's gonna start picking up. We got all the animals out back, the chickens or the roosters. I really don't know, I'm not a farm expert, but I think they're roosters that are just really going to town back there. Now we got the wind blowing, we got a plane going, we got some stuff falling on the roof, but that's okay because fall. I'm going to be showing you all the books that I have on my fall TBR. I don't know if I'd call it a fall TBR. Really, these are just all the books that feel like fall to me, so I'm probably just going to be picking my books for the next couple months just based off of this little chunk of books right here. So we're just going to get into it because I don't really have that much to say. And a lot of these I don't know a lot about, and that's okay. Because for some reason, just looking at the covers, they just feel like fall to me. So the first fall book for today is What Happens After Midnight. Now, I read the first book. I don't know if it's a first book, but I read the pink book by her, and I loved it. I thought it was super sweet, so I decided that I would just go ahead and pick this one up. I don't know if it's actually a fall book. I would assume that it's like a summer night. It's probably what it's going to end up being, but I mean, just, I don't know. It's like they look like they're at school, and they look like they're running away at nighttime. I don't know, it just feels like fall to me. I have no explanation other than that. Then I have Daisy Jones and the Six. Again, I feel like this is probably a summer book, but just looking at it, it looks like fall. It just does. And it's like, what, 70s? Late 60s. So late 60s to 70s, that's all the vibes that I want for the fall, right? I mean, come on. Then I have Love and Other Words. Again, I don't know if any of these are fall books. This one honestly kind of is giving me fall to winter vibes, and I feel like it's probably going to end up being more wintry. I mean, just because on the front there's like, I'm going to assume that's hot chocolate and like a little cabin. I don't know. It could be. So this will probably just be like that mix in between fall to winter. That's probably when I'll end up picking this one up. I've heard so many great things about this, and I figured it was time that I just bit the bullet and read it anyways, because I might as well. I'm tired of waiting. Then The 7-Year Slip. I know nothing about this book other than the fact that Miss Destiny herself has read it, and I was like, I just can't go another day looking at this and not picking it up. Not really. I just went to Target and I saw it and I just didn't think anything of it. There's nothing in my brain whenever I picked this up. I looked at it and I was like, huh, yeah, that's something that I'm gonna get. Is it fall? I don't know. Could not be, but the kind of orangey yellow cover just screams fall to me. So that's what I'm gonna classify it as. Then I have Under the Whispering Door. Again, just look at it. Look at it. I mean, come on. It's like this little house out in the woods. I think it's kind of like a spooky book, if I'm not mistaken. Hilarious Haunting. Okay, so yeah, kind of spooky. I don't know. This is just sweet. It definitely gives me, like, hiding out in the woods vibes. Let's see how many times I can say vibes, because I can't stop for some reason. Then it's got the little sprayed edges, which is super cute. Very excited to read that one. I don't know why I brought the entire series with me here, but for some reason I did, because I just didn't think about it. But I have the Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Like I said, I literally brought all these books to their house so that I could film this for you guys. Kind of weird, but you know, whatever. So I ended up bringing the whole series, and they're in here somewhere. But this, I mean, need I say more? Mystery? Hi. Oh my goodness. All right, a little bit of a, I don't know, but anyways, I don't remember what I was saying, but the whole series just feels fall. And I want to read them in the fall time. And I also am tempted to do like a reading vlog on those, so if that's something that you'd be interested in, let me know. Again, I've got the whole series over here. Then I have Me Before You. I have plans for this one and Daisy Jones and the Six and like a little reading vlog, so keep you posted on that. We'll see if that ends up happening. I think probably it will. But again, just feels like fall. In 5 years, this one's like a little romance thing. This is probably like a second chance, I would assume. Could not be, but the cover feels fall. Then we have Maybe Meant to Be. That's another one that feels, I mean, look, you can see the little leaves changing on the covers. So this one I feel like I'm justified in saying that it feels like a fall book. It would be kind of upsetting if it wasn't. Then another little series that I brought, The Handmaid's Tale and also the second book, The Testaments. Both of these, I just want to read them in the fall time. Again, I kind of want to do a reading vlog on these. Not really sure. I don't really know much about them other than it's like a dystopian type of thing. And it just sounds fascinating. So, fall. Then I have this random fantasy book, which is in my TBR for last month, but I didn't end up getting to it. But it's The Starless Crown. I already don't remember what this is about, but I just remember after picking it for my TBR, I was like, this kind of feels like a good fall book. So if I need a fantasy, I can go to this one. Then The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Again, this one is also on my TBR. Again, did not end up getting to this one. I was going to. I think I picked it up, and then something happened, and I ended up wanting to read something else. But that's okay, because at some point, this will be read, and hopefully in the fall. This one's like a not a historical, but yeah, I think this takes place in, what is it, 1714? I was not expecting that when I got this, but oh well. Then another series that I brought the entire series of, The Inheritance Games, and all 3 books. Again, thinking about making a reading vlog. If that's something that you'd be interested in, let me know. I really enjoy, what's it called? Knives Out, and I've heard that this is kind of in similar fashion to that, and that one felt like a fall movie to me. So, it only makes sense to put these in a fall category. Then I have Credence. Now, again, I didn't know what this book was about, I guess, whenever I got it. I still don't know what it's about, but I know that it's like a spicy book now. Am I gonna like it? I don't know. I'm a little nervous for this one, to be honest. Then I have Bunny, and this is for no other reason other than the fact that this is like somewhat classified as a horror book. I don't know how. I've looked up the classifications of this multiple times, and it's like some type of specific horror book. And it could not even be, it could just be thriller, and I'm just making that up. But who knows? Who knows? This one. Then we have Tender as the Flesh. This one just is a short little dystopian horror book as well, and I just want to read that in the fall time. You know the vibes. You get the vibes. You understand the vibes. It's like, what? Processing human meat and stuff? That's crazy. Crazy. That's not like a summertime food. Eating human, I feel like, would not be a summertime meal. Very much like a fall. Not that that's something that I would ever want to do. Then there's Dark Matter. I've heard that this one's like a sci-fi book. Again, my classifications with books and my genres and stuff, I'm clueless. But I've heard that this is sci-fi. Sci-fi just feels fall to me. No other explanation. Sci-fi is fall. Same thing with like fantasy. Fantasy like just feels right in the fall. Thrillers normally feel right in the fall, you know. Hopefully I can get to this one because I am kind of excited. I don't remember what this is about at all, but whatever. And then lastly I have A Flicker in the Dark. This is, I think, like the only thriller that I have on here. I think, but I'm not sure. I read the first book by her. That was like one of the first thriller books I think that I've read, that I had read, and I loved it, and so I got the first one. So I got All the Dangerous Things, I think, before this one, and then I ended up reading that one first. Now I'm a little nervous to go back to this one because normally whenever I read the second book of an author's and then go back to the first one, I don't like the first book as much, so I am a little worried about this because it is a debut novel. Who knows, it could be good. I've heard a lot of people like this one more than they like the second book, so hopefully that is the case for me because I have had high hopes for this one for a very, very long time. So, I think after looking at all these, there's a lot less like thriller and fantasy and sci-fi books that I thought there was gonna be. I didn't expect to have this many romance. I think the problem is I'm really missing Nick, so I'm very, very much in a romance mood. but that's okay. Maybe he'll come back and then all that'll change. But as of right now, very heavily in my romance era. I was about to say hopefully I could get to all these. I don't think that's gonna happen. But hopefully I do get to read some of these. Hopefully I do enjoy them. But that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know if you have and if you've enjoyed them. Just let me know your thoughts and opinions on them. Let me know if you disagree with any of these. Let me know if any of these you don't think that they're fall books. Or if you've read them and you know for a fact that they're not fall books and I'm just totally judging them off the cover, so that I can take them off this list. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for joining me. I'm so grateful to have you here, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And I hopefully will get to see you in the next one. See ya.